Today's story is about a girl found in the garbage who had martial arts that was extinct 300 years ago, and she had the age of the girl 300 years. This is the story of the future, after 300 years from today, where humans touched the new height of science. At the end of the 22nd century, humans had also built a colony on Mars, which was named the United Republic of Mars. In short, had made itself independent of Earth, due to which the corrupted government of Earth, which is now in the hands of the rich. These rich had become puppets for their own living. These rich had built luxurious cities in the height of the sky for their own living, which were called sky cities. On the other hand, the poor people who lived due to their helplessness and poverty lived on Earth, and the cities in which they lived were called Iron Cities. Some robots were deployed to protect the Iron City, which were called Centurions. Now there is only one sky city left on Earth, which is named Zalem. Now, after 300 years of the World War called the Fall, thousands of tons of garbage from Zalem to Iron City. In this garbage, doctors Ido were looking for something in this garbage, which was a well-known surgeon of Iron City, whose profession was to replace the useless body parts of humans, replacing them with machine parts. In this era, all body parts except the human brain could be replaced with machine parts. All the body parts of any human being whose body parts were converted into machine parts. They were called cyborgs. Suddenly his eyes fall on a female cyborg whose whole body was destroyed and only head and heart were left, whose head is taken by Dr. Ido to his house, and without wasting time, Dr. Ido and his nurse treat that girl and give her a new body. The girl comes to her senses, then she is surprised to see her new body. Then at that time Dr. Ido was busy fixing a cyborg in his clinic. Then the same girl comes to that place, seeing which Dr. Ido becomes very happy and asks the girl some questions about her. But the girl tells him that she does not remember anything and says, "I am hungry." Hearing this, Dr. Ido gives that girl orange to eat. Cyborg also depends on food items for their sustenance, so that their body can get energy due to it. After this, Dr. Ido brings the girl outside the clinic to roam, seeing which the girl is quite surprised. Even after seeing Zalem, she questions about her. Then on this, Dr. Ido makes the girl aware of some of the strict rules of Iron City and Zalem, and at the same time gives the girl a new name, Alita. Ido gives Alita something to eat, and asks her to stay there for a while and goes to meet someone himself. Then in the meantime, a centurion comes in front of Alita standing in the middle, and asks Alita to get out of the way. But Alita gets ready to fight with him instead of being afraid of him. Then a boy named Hugo comes and removes Alita from in front of him. Hugo was the supplier of body parts of Cyborg. He also used to supply body parts to Ido, and here Hugo and Alita become friends. One night Alita sees that Ido is coming from outside, and he also had blood in his hand. On this, Alita feels that this morning if there was a mention of a murder in the poster he had seen, then that murder must have been done by the IDO. So the next morning, when Alita comes out of her house, she meets Dr. Ido's ex-wife Kyron, while Kyron sees Alita's body. Then she is completely shocked. After that, Kyron goes to Dr. Ido and says that the body you have put to that girl was made by you first for your daughter. On this, the doctor says that yes, but now our daughter is not alive. His wife tells him that why don't you start making Cyborg for motorball game with us so that we can present the best game. And if we do this, then maybe we can go to Zalem. I work with Victor, which is the most powerful in Iron City. He has a very high reach, but Kyron's Ido disagrees on the advice and says, "I can't help you create monster." So at the same time, Alita is taken out for a walk where everyone was playing the street version of the motorball game. Alita also participates in this game, but initially she is not able to play it properly. But after some time, Alita also wins by performing this game in the best way, which everyone is surprised to see. Now Hugo takes Alita to the roof of a building from where Zalem is also visible. Hugo also says that I also want to go to Zalem, because the city of Zalem is many times more luxurious than our city. He tells Alita that the garbage heap from which you got it also comes from Zalem. It means you are also a resident of Zalem. On the same night, Dr. Ido once again starts leaving the house, on which Alita suspects that Ido kills everyone, due to which Alita chases them. Then a very big cyborg comes in front of both of them, whose name is Gruiska, he calls Ido by the name of warrior hunter. Actually, warrior hunters are those who kill cyborgs who commit crimes. At the same time, two companions attack Ido on the side of Gruiska. Seeing that Alita starts fighting all those cyborgs to save Ido, and finishes those people, now Gruiska comes to fight Alita, but nothing moves in front of Alita. After the fight, Alita tells Ido that I remembered some incident in the past in which I was fighting on the moon. Now here Ido enters a factory with the head of the cyborg who was killed by Alita, and in return Ido gets a lot of money. After coming back to the clinic, Ido tells Alita that this body I have given you was made for my daughter, but the cyborg made by me killed my daughter. After which my wife Chiron ended the relationship with me and I killed the cyborg who killed my daughter and I became a warrior hunter. Now after this, Gruiska comes to Chiron's lab after getting beaten by Alita and requests to fix himself again, on which Victor shows his disagreement to Chiron. That then Nova comes in Victor's body. Nova is the same person who runs the whole Salem city. Victor also works for Nova. Nova comes to Victor's body and tells Chiron, "You have to fix Gruiska and make her stronger than before so that Gruiska can kill Alita." The next day, Hugo and his friends take Alita for a walk outside the city, where Alita is shown the warship during the Fall World War. Realizing that perhaps Alita will see the warship and will remember something, Alita is surprised to see the warship and she jumps into the water to go to the warship. When she goes to the warship, then he already knows things about that warship. After this, Alita opens a hidden door in the warship. Then a circular light appears in front of her, from which she brings a very advanced robotic body out of the water. She brings her to Ido and tells Ido that I have some connection with this body, so you connect my head to it so that we can eliminate those cyborgs who commit crime in the city. But Dr. Ido flatly refuses this thing of Alita. He says that I cannot do this, due to which Alita gets angry. Alita says to Ido, "You know I am an unusual warrior, and you tell me what is all this?" After this, the Ido tells her that the robotic body you have brought here is called the Berserker body, and your brain and heart are made for this body. That is why you were able to activate it, and a fighting technique you used to fight. Name is Panjar Kunz, which is now completely extinct, and you are not just an unusual warrior, but you are the most powerful and most advanced cyborg weapon, which can also prove to be dangerous for the world, due to which I will not connect you with this Berserker body. Because of this, Alita gets angry and goes with Hugo to the department, where she can register herself as Warrior Hunter. And now she goes to the Warrior Hunters Club as a Warrior Hunter, where all the warrior hunters are present together. After going to the club, Alita tells the rest of the hunter that all of you should support me to kill Gruiska, but everyone flatly refuses Alita because there is no criminal case against Gruiska, due to which they don't get any reward for killing Gruiska. There is a hunter warrior named Zapan. Zapan starts making insult of Alita, after which Alita angrily defeats him with a kick. Then all the other hunter warriors now start fighting Alita, that only then Ido comes there to stop the fight, because Ido is the only one person who treats all these cyborgs for free. Then suddenly Gruiska arrives there. This time he has become much stronger than before. Gruiska now attacks Alita very fiercely, but despite Alita's courage and her extraordinary martial arts skills, Gruiska breaks Alita's body into pieces. Now here Alita remembers her past, in which she is told that she was trained only and only to kill Nova, which controls Salem City. Now before Gruiska kills Alita, Hugo and Dr. Ido come here with some hunter dogs, due to which Gruiska has to run away from there to save her life. The doctor then brings Alita to his lab, and attaches Alita's head to this Berserker body that Alita brought from warship. Now due to Berserker's body, Alita becomes many times more powerful than before. After which Ido tells Alita that now you have to decide whether you want to side with good or evil. Alita now goes to meet Hugo. There Hugo tells Alita that he needs $1 million to go to Salem. Actually, Victor had falsely promised Hugo that when he has $1 million he will send him to Salem City. When Hugo says this, Alita takes out her heart and gives it to Hugo so that he can get money by selling it, but Hugo refuses her. But Hugo asks Alita to participate in the motorball game competition, so that if she wins, she will get a lot of money, and then both of us will be able to go to Salem. Alita agrees to his request, for which Dr. Ido prepares Alita. After this, Victor tells some of his cyborgs that there will be no game tonight. Rather, you people should murder Alita using the pretext of a game. Meanwhile, a hunter-warrior named Zepan plots against Alita and Hugo to avenge his insult. Hugo sees his friend Tanji on the way, who was robbing the parts of another cyborg. Hugo used to do the same thing, but now decides to leave this work now, and stops Tanji from doing it too. Then Zepan comes there, and these people he tries to kill Hugo because he knows that Hugo and Alita love each other, but Hugo tells Zepan that you cannot kill me because I have not committed any crime. Then Zepan kills the cyborg lying there, and tries to kill him by blaming Hugo, but Tanji tries to stop him, due to which he gets murdered, and Hugo runs away from there, but Zepan chases him. While Alita is here in a motorball game where all the participants taking part in the game with her try to kill the cyborg Alita, but Alita fights all those people very bravely and starts eliminating everyone. Meanwhile, Alita gets a phone call from Hugo, in which he tells that Zepan is chasing me with the intention of killing me, after which Alita leaves her game and runs to save Hugo, but some cyborgs also chase Alita, but she destroys all those cyborgs with her vicious mind and reaches the same place where Hugo is. Zepan is about to kill him, but then Alita comes and saves Hugo. Then Alita sees that Hugo is accused of murder. There is a $30,000 and reward for the charges, but Hugo tells Alita that I am innocent. We just paralyzed the cyborgs and looted their body parts and did not kill them. Zepan tells Alita to stay out of my way. I want to kill him, but Alita says you can't. I will kill, but Alita loves Hugo. That is why she doesn't kill Hugo, but Zepan takes the opportunity and uses his sword on Hugo. After this, centurions come there to take Hugo with her, but Alita takes Hugo with her and goes inside. Inside there is Dr. Chiron, who comes there to kill Alita, but after seeing their love, she decides not to support Victor anymore. After this, Alita comes out with Hugo's head and pretends that she has killed Hugo, but here Zepan sees that Alita has kept Hugo's head alive by attaching it to her heart, and he tries to snatch the head from her. Then Alita takes Zepan's sword and cuts his face, and from there goes to Dr. Ido. Ido now brings Hugo back to life by making him a cyborg. Ido tells Alita that Victor has always been fooling Hugo and Dr. Chiron, because no one can go to Salem with money because I was born in Salem. All the rules and regulations of Salem were first. I have known since then, but due to my daughter's illness, Nova threw my family out from there, and then we had to come to Iron City. After this, Alita goes to Victor's place to kill him. There she kills Victor. Now here Victor shows Chiron's body parts to Alita. He has killed Chiron because she supported Alita. Now Gruiska comes here, whom Alita kills in the fight, and she gets her memory back completely, in which the Fall was fighting against the Salem in the World War, and his trainer tells him to finish off the Salem. After this, Alita kills Victor also. After this, Alita reaches the place from where Hugo is trying to go to Salem. Alita asks him to stop, on which Hugo says that there is a bounty on my head. Any warrior hunter will kill me, so I will have to go to Salem to save my life. On this, Alita says that I have been here before also. Nova wants us to come here so that he can kill us. Before Hugo listens to Alita and starts descending, Nova drops a dangerous weapon from above, due to which Hugo's robotic body breaks into pieces. Alita holds his hand, but Hugo falls down and dies. Alita becomes pained and angry. A few months after this incident, it is shown that Alita has now become a superstar of the motorball game. And today is the final match, and whoever wins will get a chance to go to the Salem. When the people present there support Alita, Alita points her sword in the direction of Salem, from where Nova is smiling at her, because he knows that if not today then tomorrow Alita Salem will definitely come. With this the story ends.